guys.
Hi guys.
We are back for our weekly questions. So if you didn't catch our last episode, we reached out to our database, family, friends, past clients, current clients. I just got tongue twisted. Oh my gosh. About questions that you guys might have about the real estate market, and we are so excited. We've been having so much fun with these questions.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
So people are not even just asking about the real estate market, but just real estate in general, like about their homes, about like upgrades that they should do. I mean, kind of all kinds of things. One of the questions that we just talked about was landscaping. And so really it's just anything that we kind of have some knowledge expertise in the field. And I just wanted to mention, we're not all the way done messaging people that that we know. And if we haven't gotten to you yet and you have a question, please send it to us.
Yes.
Text it to us. Leave it down below. We really want to answer your questions. It makes it so much better for us. I mean, listen, y'all are making it real easy on us to do these videos because we don't have to guess what you guys are wondering. You're just telling us. It's perfect. So please don't be shy. Let us know if you have any questions.
And we're doing a video every week. So we're going to be answering questions every week, like one or two, probably just one.
Yeah, so I think we answer
some questions are like double-ended questions. So
yeah, every once in a while.
That's kind of where we're at. Well, today's question is from one of our wonderful past clients who we just had such an amazing time finding them their home. And so they had actually a really good question. So we're going to just start right off and go for it.
And just so you know, I have my computer out. We actually even have a little prop over here with this little book, but I have my computer out because we did take some notes to make sure that we hit all the talking points that we wanted to educate you guys on. So if you see us glancing over at my computer, that's all it is. We're just reviewing our notes to make sure that we don't miss anything.
Do you want to read the question? Or do you want me to read the question?
You read the question.
Okay, so the question that we received was, do you think a crash is coming? And what does that mean for all of us who are already homeowners?
So kind of a two-part question.
Great question, though.
Yeah, super great question. So, you want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we kind of have some talking points that we wanted to go over. The first thing is, no, we do not foresee a crash coming, but we want to educate you guys on the difference between a shift in the market and a crash of the market, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the biggest things is the misconception really of what a crash is versus what maybe just a shift in the market is. Because I don't know, in my opinion, I think that's really important.
It is really important.
So my notes, so the crash of the recent past that everyone still talks about and that everyone still kind of worries about, and I say everyone loosely, I know not everyone does, but the majority of people,
but a lot
right?
of people, yeah.
Is the crash of 2008. And the reason that we know that it isn't coming, is because during that time, the crash happened because lenders were really relaxed on their rules and regulations and were willing to lend to people with low credit scores and that were known to be high risk to default clients. Those lending standards are now much more strict, and there are third parties involved in the appraisal process. So, I mean, I don't think that it really happened around here, but in big cities, there were appraisals that were happening. Appraisers were appraising on homes that didn't even exist.
And I just kind of want to chime in just a little bit, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Even during the pandemic that we've been experiencing, I believe that their rules and regulations have gotten even stricter.
I think so too, yeah. I think mostly just because not rules and regulations as far as like how we show houses,
sure,
but just making sure that the appraisers are still doing their jobs, which we have really great appraisers in our area.
We do, yeah.
I mean, I really think that they work really, really hard, and I really appreciate them. And so anyways, it's really nice to have really hardworking people on our side that are really working to make sure that people are getting homes for the value that the home deserves, but that are not overvalued. Unless you decide to waive an waive the appraisal or bring cash to the table, that kind of thing. But for the most part, I mean, we're not having a problem, at least, right? With people that are struggling with appraisals. So anyways.
So we're going to read you guys kind of what like a shift is, and we're gonna go off of the book Shift, and this is by Gary Keller.
Yep.
And we reference this book a lot. And in here, it talks about the anatomy of a shift. So I'm just gonna read it right out of the book.
Page 9, in case you're
Page 9.
following along.
Shifts are easy to understand. They occur when supply and demand move out of balance. When seller supply exceeds buyer demand, it's a buyer's market. When buyer demand exceeds seller supply, it's a seller's market. A shift occurs when the market moves from one to the other. Think of it this way. If over time more listings are selling, you're moving towards a seller's market. If over time fewer listings are selling, you're moving towards a buyer's market.
Exactly. So I think that what we're experiencing, we're in a very extreme seller's market where the listing supplies are very low. Now, over the last 2 weeks or so, we've been seeing a lot come up. Not a lot more, but more listings come up in a week than we have previously seen over the last several months, even maybe a year. It is summertime. We're not in the middle of a pandemic.
Sure.
Kids are getting out of school, that kind of thing. So people are going to be moving a little bit more anyways. So we usually see an increase in the summertime in listings. But we are still definitely in a seller's market. So when we see that shift to a buyer's market, we just want to encourage you guys to realize that for what it is, as a shift in the market, not a crash.
Not a crash.
So second part of the question was, what does that mean for people who are already homeowners? And I think that that's kind of a two-part answer in a way. So I'm going to read kind of part of our notes here. So in our opinion, if you bought your house about 2 or more years ago, you probably have gained a significant amount of equity. And if you sold, you'd probably net more than you expect and would get top dollar for your home, which is great, right? I mean,
it's amazing.
Yeah. If we all had a crystal ball and we could sell at the top and buy at the bottom, that would be fantastic. If you bought your home less than 6 months ago, though, first, you're really lucky.
Right? Lucky.
If you went out on a multiple offer situation, count your blessings. Like, that's awesome.
It's amazing.
And second, although you have likely not gained any equity yet, you probably got the best interest rate you could have ever gotten. It can be scary to buy in a seller's market, and what might be at the top of that market. But when we shift, or if we shift in the next little while, you may lose some equity on your home depending on how extreme the shift is. But the most important thing is, if you're making a purchase, and we tell our clients this all the time, if you're making a purchase, just be in it for the long haul. Be in it for a while. And actually, I am going to steal your your note here. And if you were a pen in our office, where would you be?
Behind me.
We have really moved a lot of things around. Will you grab this pen?
Yeah.
Not prepared. Sorry, guys. So I'm just going to draw a little representation of what I think that the market is, and I'll use the book here so I can hold it up for you guys. So it's so new. It has a little thingy on it. Okay, so let's say this is the market, my little squiggly line, and let's say that you bought here at the top of the market, and if you're gonna try to sell down here, if you're gonna sell at that second little dot at the bottom of the market, you could lose some equity, right? I mean, you could.
Yeah.
But let's say that you bought here and then you sold in the next high point over here. Not only are you gaining equity, but your purchasing power right now with low interest rates is so much more. And so if you're going to be in it for that little while, which most people are in their homes 5 to 10 years.
Yes.
And so if you're going to be in it for a little while like that, even though there is that up and down, it is, for the most part,
still going up.
Yeah,
no
even in
what.
those ebbs and flows.
Yep.
So in our opinion, you only really have a reason to worry if your next move is very short term. Maybe it's for a job that's a temporary position or something like that, or you move around a lot. then it could be risky. But for homeowners right now, as we move through shifts, and even if a crash comes,
We're sitting pretty good.
You're sitting fine as long as you can afford your mortgage and you're not buying at that very, very top of your budget. So anyways, I think that's everything for today, right? Did we answer everything?
I think that's to answer that question.
Yeah. So again, let us know if you have any questions. We'd be happy to help out and answer your questions. Please send them to us.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep updated on all of our episodes.
Of the
And like the video.
Tiffany and Katie show.
Oh yeah, we said this in our last video. We called it the Tiffany and Katie show, but we don't know what to call our show. So if you guys have any suggestions, drop them below.
Thanks, guys.
Bye guys.